Hi, good morning. How are you? It's Kimberly, and this is Intention Tuesday at 10 a.m. I will be the only one live today. Jill is still off this week, and you may see her next week. But you got me right now, and oh my goodness, we have so many things unfolding for us right now. Last Sunday at sundown was the beginning of Hanukkah. We also have the winter solstice happening Wednesday. And Friday, there's a new moon in Capricorn. Of course, Sunday is Christmas. And then Monday is Kwanzaa. And then next Sunday is New Year's Eve. So, holy smokes, hold on to your shorts, folks. It is absolutely, our time is flooded with celebration, but it's also riddled with obligation, right? And I don't know about you, but really trying to navigate what is an easy heaven's yes, and then what is something that I've been doing because of tradition or expectation, but it doesn't really align with who I am now or how I want to operate in the future. I don't know if that is happening with you guys out there. If it is, then I would love to hear a yep, that's happening to me, or sharing maybe an instance that's in alignment with this. But anyway, I'm glad you're here because as we are trying to navigate all of this information, all of this newness, all of the light that is coming into our world, and really infusing us with new abilities or deepening our abilities, our multi senses, right? And we can't discount the common sense, right? And expanding our common sense as well as the deepening of our intuitive senses, right? And in order to stay stable and grounded, rooted, safe, and yet flexible, right? And able to be in the flow, we've really got to harness our sense of peace and be willing to get to know ourselves. And that's why we meditate. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you took time out of your day to really give yourself this gift to connect with a tribe of like minded people, to put yourself first in a moment where everybody needs you, right? And you've decided that you being in alignment with your infinite self, with the divine, right, with God's source is the most important because you can be your best, your most expansive in that state. Okay, so with that being said, I don't know about you, but it's 10 o'clock and I've already gotten little bits of tightness in my body. So if you do as well, then I encourage you to do some stretches, get your wiggles out, really pull yourself into your physical space. Tapping is also a great way to do that. Let's take some nice deep breaths. We'll hold as we fully inhale. We'll hold for, let's do simple 3 seconds. Ready? In through your nose. And hold. And release. As you do that, for those of you that are doing a million things, right? You're trying to figure out those last minute gifts, you're trying to go to the parties, you're trying to get your house ready, and you have all of these fragmented pieces of you out there. And these next two breaths, as you take each breath in, you're literally going to be pulling that string and getting you back in through your sip of poo into your body and sitting into the seat of yourself. Okay? Ready? Second breath in. Pull yourself down into your body and hold. and release. Now we're going to hold it for 6 seconds this time. If you feel like you need to hold it longer, I encourage you to do that. When we hold it and you feel that tension in your lungs, it really activates that awareness of like, oh, hey, what's going on, right? It also relaxes that vagus nerve. So it's not a, oh, hey, what's going on? There's something wrong, right? Like I'm struggling for breath. It's literally activating and pulling yourself into that grounded, calm state of being. So let's do that last breath, and we're going to do 6-second hold. Here we go. And hold it. Okay, release nice and slow. How'd that feel? Fantastic. Awesome. Nice to have you in your body. Welcome. Okay. So I apologize for not getting the intention posted last night. I appreciate your flexibility as I too am in 5 places at once and trying to practice what I'm preaching. But we got it here for you today, and I'll go ahead and read it out loud. And the title of intention number 44 is How Hungry Is Your Yes? And I know it's cheesy. Like my husband was already rolling his eyes. He was like, oh my gosh, you sound like one of those guys, you know, that's like ready to change your life in 30 days or less, right? But How Hungry Is Your Yes came about a few weeks ago. I mentioned to you guys I wanted to fix my bathroom, and it was something that, you know, as you walk by, it was like stealing my energy, and I thought I'm going to get that taken care of. And the yes exploded into this huge endeavor of not fixing one bathroom but 2, and it was almost comical, but it really helped me identify where else in my life that was happening, where I said yes, and then it expanded into this whole deep project that really wasn't in alignment with what I was doing, or something that was in alignment, but I got to really, really become aware of like, how deeply do I want this? And if it is in alignment, then I'm going all in and I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to dive in and take that whole experience. Does that make sense? Okay, so this How Hungry Is Your Yes got me to thinking about the holidays and how our traditions are shifting and changing. We may be creating new ones, or we may be taking a look at the old ones and deciding which ones stay and which ones go, or the sense of family, right? I don't know about you, but I see the chosen family, you know, the tribes that we are creating and the communities that we have now aligned with are deeply, deeply part of who we are and where we are going. And you may be called to be spending more time and intertwining your traditions with your chosen family. Whereas there was a sense of traditional family and obligation, right? Maybe you guys are able to do both and intermingle that traditional family with the chosen family. These are just things that I'm seeing around me, right? And I encourage you to really focus on what the feedback your heart is giving you, where your yeses are, where your nos are, and really have the bravery and the courage to follow those. So where are you offering a yes that does not expand your energy? At this point in time, along our journey together, you've realized that it is vital. It's vital for us to really understand what is expanding our life force and what is contracting our life force, right? At this point in the game, it's not necessarily about money anymore. It's about vitality. It's really understanding that energy is the new commodity, right? How much time is it taking? Not only linear time, but the time that's happening inside your body as you move through and process the things that you say yes to or decide to co-create into your space in your world. At this point in our journey, we are being led by our own intuitive guidance system. Our IGS is that internal compass that translates the directions and desires of our soul into the various purposes that we are living and want to explore. Now, I say purposes because I think that, especially in our world of New Age and spiritual curiosity and expansion, there seems to be like there's just one sole purpose, and some may have that, but I find that we often have various contracts, multiple purposes for our experience here at Earth School. And to get caught up on one grandiose purpose may actually pull us out of alignment. Okay, so our IGS enables us to operate in alignment with our heart, mind, and soul. It allows us to explore ourselves and this world with compassionate curiosity, without getting lost in the weeds of shoulds, ought tos, and I no longer want to, but I gave my words. And at this point, we've gotten to the understanding that there is no magical guru that knows everything and can light the way for each one of us. No one knows your life's path better than you. What you need, when you need it. There are only guides out there for us, right? That can share experiences and show how they or we have managed our way through, right? And through other people's wisdom, we are able to clarify and better understand our own through that mirroring or through resistance. In this dynamic time, trusting yourself is the key to moving through each moment with grace. Yvon Chouinard, he's the founder of Patagonia, had an amazing interview on KQED a couple days ago. And he said, failure is simply feedback. And I loved that. I thought, yes, of course. It's like what, Jill and I, we say failing forward. And that's the essence. It's feedback that helps you better focus and understand where you want to go. And so as we move forward, let us hold ourselves in that compassionate curiosity as we sift through our feedback with that trust in the alignment with the divine, that we know the way. So mantra number 44. I celebrate my wisdom, light, and grace. I am divine love. Okay. Are you still with me? Good morning, Graciela. Hi, Mom. Thank you for being here, you guys. All right, so I'm going to set the timer, and we're going to move through this mantra. Fantastic. All right. I celebrate my wisdom, light, and grace. I am divine love. And at this time, if you still feel like you're fighting to get into your body, I would like you to activate your imagination and imagine that you are at the top of an escalator and everything around you is bright white, and all you can see below you is the stairwell or the track of this escalator. And with ease, that escalator is just slowly motioning down. And at the end of the escalator, you see somebody sitting very relaxed in a state of satisfaction at the end of that escalator. And as you look closer, you realize it's the back of your own head. And that's you sitting there in a state of ease and satisfaction and possibly joy in the fact that you are so at peace down there. My goodness, do you just feel the sense of satisfaction of you down there in that moment in a state of rest and receiving? And you can feel that magnetism that is just emanating from that you down there. And it is so attractive that without even thinking about it, you've realized that you've stepped onto that escalator, and you, without any effort at all, you are moving down that escalator towards that piece of you, that infinite you that is full of satisfaction. And now you can feel your heart with a little bit of excitement, maybe a little bit of nervousness, but that nervousness is actually pure joy and excitement that you are about to rejoin yourself so fully that you can't wait. Like it's already Christmas Day and you're about to open the biggest gift ever. And as you reach the end of the escalator and you reach out to touch the back of your head, all at once, you integrate. And you find that you are no longer split. You are no longer looking at yourself from behind, but you, in a state of peace, are sitting in that chair, shoulders relaxed. They've fallen away from your ears. Muscle tension released, leaving your body like the water flowing down a river. You feel that integration of peace in your heart. And you know that in these last 5 minutes, you are whole. I celebrate my wisdom, light, and grace. I am divine love. Remember to take those deep breaths in. And as you breathe in, pick a smell. Imagine maybe you are in a field of jasmine, or in a pond full of blue lotus. Relaxed and held, and allowing your body to offer up any information And there's nothing for you to do other than witness. Witness what it offers. And if it wants to be seen and then released, send it love. And then lead it to the light. And as you welcome and celebrate your wisdom, light, and grace, as you honor that you are divine love, you see the light, you feel the light emanating from every cell of your being. And it's as if every moment that you deepen your awareness of this light, it expands and it rises, and you realize that each cell is vibrating at a higher level and frequency than it was before. And as you rise and as you expand and you fill up to the state of overflowing, allow yourself to pour out beyond your space, out into the world. Allow your overflow and your light to shine bright. You are meant to be big. You are meant to overflow with abundance. I celebrate my wisdom and light and grace. I am divine love. And if there's a part of you that feels like there's a pang, maybe in your chest, something that you've picked up before that doesn't believe these words and these vibrations, this is where we hold compassionate curiosity, where we have the bravery to explore, realizing we are not our thoughts or our stories. They are simply information, right? It is feedback for us to better understand and light our way. So offer those pieces of you grace. It starts with us first. We must celebrate our own wisdom, our own light, our own grace before we can celebrate anyone else's. So allow yourself to expand. Celebrate your light. Celebrate your divinity. In these last 45 seconds, I'd like you to become aware of your body again. Begin to wiggle those toes and those fingers, memorizing this feeling, making that preset, right? This is my vibration as you walk through the world this week. I celebrate my wisdom, light, and grace. I am divine love. Take a nice deep breath and blow it out. Fully get back in your body. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As always, I invite you guys to come back to the mantra and work on it every day this week. For those of you that are out into the thick of it, you might want to revisit it a couple times throughout the day. Maybe set a timer on your phone that has the mantra that pops up so you can just recite those words, and it'll bring you back to this moment where you felt that deep state of satisfaction. Okay? Well, as we move into the winter solstice and the new moon, I really invite you to become really clear about the seeds you are planting, about the words that you use. In fact, the phrase, I gave my word. You think about that. That's like a spell. I gave my word, right? That's courting you to whatever it is with what you decided to connect with. Thank you. I appreciate that, Graciela. So before we give our words and our essences and pieces of ourselves, let's make sure that we align with what it is we are saying yes to, because it may be a very hungry one. Okay. Jill and I both send you ease and grace. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I'll see you next week.